fur vest to try. It looked like I had about 40 cats in my apartment and they had just shed everywhere by the time I was done. It's messy, but I definitely think it was worth it. So let's get to the DIY.
So you're going to need about 1/2 meter to 3/4 meter of fur. You also need a cardigan, and I would suggest making sure that it's a little bit larger and loose fitting. You'll need a needle, thread, and also some scissors and a piece of chalk. So I'm starting to use my cardigan here as a template. You can fold the arms in, as you can see I've done, and this back piece is going to be the back panel of your vest. So go ahead and trace out that with your piece of chalk. Give yourself about 1 inch of seam allowance. Then you can fold your cardigan in half and make sure again that that arm is folded in, and this is going to be the one panel for our front of our vest. So go ahead and you can cut out both of those pieces. As we only traced one front panel, you can flop that panel over on top of your fabric again, and this is basically just creating a mirrored image of that other panel. Now we have 3 panels together, and you can begin to pin those together. So you'll want to pin those together so that the armholes are matching up. And basically I just pin those down and make sure to stuff the fur down inside so I can kind of create a seamless seam. I did opt to hand stitch this all together because I didn't think it could go through my sewing machine very well and try and create that seamless stitch. So I did it with my hand stitching. You don't have to be pro at this. It doesn't take too long. But once you're all finished, basically you're going to be sewing up about 3/4 of the panel until you reach that armhole opening. Give a couple extra stitches there and you can tie it off, and make sure you are stitching both panels to that back panel. So once you're done, it's going to look something like this. So we still have our opening for our armholes, and the top isn't even stitched together. So now I'm going to go ahead and create the shoulder, and I'm just cutting a small angled piece in here. So angling it up towards away from that armhole, and that's just a small little triangle piece that I'm cutting off here. You can again do that on the opposite side, and then once you're done, flip it inside out, and we are going to stitch along that cut that we just made. I would say that shoulder piece for me was about 6 inches long. Just make it whatever length you feel fits you best. So stitch that all together on both sides. Again, do a couple extra stitches to make sure it's nice and fastened. And once you can see, I have my stitch line here, but now I'm going to create a V neckline for my vest. So I kind of just freehanded it, cut open a little triangle on one side, use that same triangle piece to replicate it on the opposite front panel so that they are symmetrical, and pull out all that extra fur. It gets messy when you're done finished cutting that. So to finish off my vest, I decided to roll in the sleeves to get rid of that cut line. So again here, I'm just rolling that in when I have flipped my vest inside out, and then I'm just stitching that into place, and just be sure to not make those stitches show on the opposite side of your vest, and that's all you have to do. It's all finished. DIY, let me know, give me a like, don't make the same mistake that I did, and sew the arm shut. I have no idea what I was thinking when I was making this the first time around, so good luck with it. Send me some photos when you're all done. I'd love to see what your vest looks like when you're finished. You can follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at @JanelleSteeper, and then you can tag me in those photos once you've made it by using the hashtag toDIYfor. Don't forget to subscribe. Next Wednesday I will be back with a brand new video, and I'm always taking suggestions, so feel free to leave that in the comments below. Cheers, and I'll talk to you next week. Don't forget. Oh!